You know what's crazy? Most people think hacking is some kind of black magic where you just download Kali Linux and boom, you're in the mainframe. That's complete nonsense. Real hacking is actually a systematic 5-phase process, and once you understand it, you'll realize it's more like solving a puzzle than performing magic tricks.
Are you serious, my brother?
Yes, man. I'm not getting jock, just watch till the end. Whether it's nation-state hackers, bug bounty hunters, or professional penetration testers, everyone follows the same methodology: reconnaissance, scanning, and enumeration, gaining access, post-exploitation, and documentation. Master these 5 phases, and you'll understand literally everything about how hacking works. Let's break it down. Phase 1. Reconnaissance. The detective work. Here's where 99% of beginners completely fail. They skip straight to running exploits without understanding what they're attacking. That's like trying to rob a bank without knowing where the cameras are. Professional hackers spend 40 to 70% of their time just gathering information. Reconnaissance comes in 2 flavors: passive and active. Passive recon is collecting publicly available info without touching the target. Google searches, LinkedIn profiles, job postings, social media, and the Wayback Machine. You're basically stalking the target legally. The beautiful part? Completely undetectable because you're not interacting with their systems. But on the other side, active recon is directly poking at the target. Port scanning with Nmap, DNS queries to find subdomains and crawling websites. You're mapping their entire digital infrastructure. The risk? You can get detected. The reward? Way more accurate intel. Here's the difference this makes. I once found a company's job posting saying, "Need Windows admin with IIS 8.5 experience." That one sentence told me they're running outdated Microsoft software with known vulnerabilities, just from passive recon. The more you know about a target, the easier everything else becomes. This separates script kiddies from actual hackers. Phase 2, scanning and enumeration, building the attack map. Now you're taking that intelligence and turning it into an actual attack plan. You're using tools like Nmap, Burp Suite, and vulnerability scanners to identify exploitable weaknesses. Here's the key. Scanning tells you what's there. Enumeration tells you what you can do with it. Scanning might say, port 445 is open. Enumeration says, port 445 is running SMB version 1.0, with authentication disabled and no firewall rules. That's the difference between knowing a door exists and knowing it's unlocked. So this is the phase where you decide which vulnerabilities are actually worth exploiting based on impact and how easy they are to abuse. Phase 3, gaining access, getting inside. This is what everyone thinks hacking is, but it's just one phase out of 5. After identifying vulnerabilities, you exploit them to gain that initial foothold. Could be exploiting a CVE with Metasploit, SQL injection, file upload vulnerabilities, or social engineering. Whatever gets you in the door, critical point beginners miss. Initial access is usually low privilege. You're not getting admin rights immediately. You're getting in as basically a janitor. You're inside, but you can't access the vault yet. Oh, here's the real example. I found a password reset function that didn't verify the email belonged to the account. Requested a reset for admin, intercepted the request, changed the email parameter to mine, and received the admin password reset link. Simple flaw with complete access. Phase 4, post-exploitation, turning access into impact. This is where amateurs get caught and professionals show their value. You're inside, but now the real work begins. You need to escalate privileges from that basic user to admin or root. Move laterally through the network to reach valuable targets. Gather credentials and sensitive data. Basically turn that initial foothold into complete control. Try to understand this way that compromised a basic web server that seemed worthless. Found SSH keys in a developer's home directory. Those keys worked on 15 other internal servers, including production databases, and one compromised server became total network compromise. This phase determines whether you found a bug worth $200 or $20,000, because it's all about demonstrating real-world impact. Phase 5 is documentation and cleanup. Here's what most tutorials get wrong that they talk about covering tracks like you're a criminal, and that's not ethical hacking. In legitimate testing, you do systematic cleanup. Remove uploaded files, delete created accounts, revert changes, and then comes the critical part, detailed reporting. What you found, how you found it, what the impact is, and how to fix it. The report is your actual deliverable. Without proper documentation, even the most critical vulnerability is worthless. Period and practice legally on platforms like HackTheBox, TryHackMe, or join bug bounty programs like HackerOne. So these 5-phase methodology isn't some secret technique. Basically, it's the foundation used by everyone from government agencies to bug bounty hunters making 6 figures. The best hackers aren't the ones who break the most systems. They're the ones who understand how systems break and help fix them before criminals exploit them. Master the methodology, and you'll understand how digital security actually works.